tray and just pull all the ends to the center. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we have all this side. I'm just gonna come together, close it, and there you have it. Your beautiful pizza dough. We're gonna store it in a sheet tray. We're gonna dust a little bit of flour on it, and we're just gonna repeat the process. What we're doing right now, we're giving strength to the dough by folding it. And when it's gonna proof again, it's gonna be easier for you to stretch it out and to transport the air in the crust. So you're gonna have a really puffy crust and a lighter texture. There you go. You wanna make sure that when you put this in a tray, at least from one side to another, there is 3 to 4 fingers, because this one is gonna proof and double inside. So you don't want that to stick together. There you go. At Pizzana, we make a lot of this every day, so we got really fast on doing it, but it's pretty easy to do at home too. So we're gonna let it sit for 3 to 4 hours to proof, and we're gonna cover with another sheet tray on top so they don't dry out. Now we're gonna set this aside, and meanwhile I made some previously, and that's how it's gonna look like. There you go. Now is the fun part. I'm gonna teach you how to stretch a pizza in a really easy way. So you wanna add a little bit of flour and just take your bench scraper and just go underneath. Take it and then flip it. And we are halfway there. We're gonna move this aside for a little bit. And the secret to stretching a pizza is just not applying that much strain to it. So what you want to do, just gonna push it slowly, not stretching, just push the air in the crust. As you can see, there's already air forming. At this point, just gonna flip it up, and then gently again, just pushing, not stretching. Super easy, just pushing the air, and you can see that the crust is starting to puff and grow even more. So at this point, we have a beautiful crust, and that's gonna be our guide. So what you wanna do is just place your hand on the counter and just flip your pizza dough on the other end. Lift it up and then shake off all the flour. You see, we have our crust. You can go underneath the crust and just touch your wrist. Done. You stretch your pizza. Just shake off the extra flour, and we're gonna build up our pizza in a pan. This is a really beautiful hack when you wanna do at home. If you don't have a pizza stone, there's no worry. You can always make pizza. So in a cold pan, you can put a little bit of olive oil. Spread it around, and then we're gonna transfer our pizza in a pan. And don't worry about the side, we're just gonna adjust it on the side. And that's it, that's all we're gonna do. We're gonna apply a little bit more olive oil on the crust. And the reason why we do this is because when we go in the oven, we don't have the really high temperature, like 700 or 800 degrees that we have in a wood burning oven. But we try to mimic that with the olive oil on the crust that reacts with the temperature, and then it's gonna give you the beautiful puffy crust that everybody loves on a pizza. And the oil underneath is gonna fry your undercarriage, and it's gonna be super crispy. That's the pizza I like it. So we're gonna let it sit in the pot, and meanwhile we're gonna make our tomato sauce. Tomato sauce for an Italian pizza, super easy. Tomato sauce, salt. That's all you need. And then I like to think when I come back home from all the stress of work, you just crush those tomatoes with your hand. The satisfaction in that, you know. And crushing tomato reminds me when I was a kid and I go in the field with my mom and just buy this beautiful San Marzano tomato and make our own preserve, like San Marzano tomato sauce at home. So you can have it always in any time of the year as you want it. This kind of technique came up to me when I first started to cater on the house here in Los Angeles to all my clients, And I didn't have a pizza oven in the beginning. I came in this country with only $300 in my pocket, and I started to live in Venice Beach in a van. So this was inventive, and I had to come up with an idea on how to make pizza on the spot. So that's how I came up with this idea. You don't need pizza stone, you don't need nothing, you just need beautiful dough, beautiful tomato, and amazing ingredient. Okay, once you crush your tomato, we're gonna apply it to the pizza. You're gonna take a beautiful tomato and just place it in the center of the pizza and just spread it around. Try to not go over the crust, otherwise the water from the tomato will burn the oil underneath the pizza. You're gonna end up with a burned bottom pizza. Now we're gonna add some fresh basil. I like pizza with a lot of basil. We're gonna add a beautiful basil and start it to cook it. We're gonna start on medium-low and just play around with the pizza. If you see that the pizza is gonna bubble up, just pack it up with the back of your spoon. And meanwhile this cook, when we come back, I'm gonna show you how to make pizza beignet with a lot of chocolate. I see you in a bit, guys.